Good afternoon, folks. Rick Jaffoon, and I'm coming to you today from the town of New Hartford. Now, New Hartford is a suburb of the city of Utica in upstate New York. We're located about 2 miles south of Utica. And what I'm going to give you a little lesson on today is picking wild horseradish. Now, wild horseradish is a Native American weed. It's been here for a long, long time. And prior to World War II, when the use of the pesticides and DDTs came out, horseradish was everywhere. That pretty much killed most of it off. But today I'm going to show you where I have planted some and how you can do this for yourself. And then I'm going to take you a little bit later down the road and show you where some wild stuff grows. So do you want to snoop in here? Wild horseradish is the first plant to come up in the spring. And this is it right here. This is what it looks like in the spring. It's a broadleaf weed, and what you're going to do is you're going to dig it up like this. All right, this is horseradish. It looks like a big, nasty brown carrot. This is what you're going to be digging, and it's going to take a few pieces to get anything out of this, but this is only a couple of years old. I planted this myself, so let's dig a few more pieces up here, and then I'll take you down the road, and I'll show you where the stuff grows out in the wild. Now let's take another shot of this down here. Okay, here it is. Now what you're going to want to do once you pick this stuff, what I always do is I cut the tops off and replant them. That will ensure that it will keep growing back every year. So I'll show you what we're going to do with these tops and the rest of our horseradish here. And we're going to take a quick ride down the road, and I'll show you where it grows wild. This is stuff that I planted a few years ago. Not really that big, but we can get something out of it. And we'll show you how to prepare it and everything, and you can have a lot of fun with this stuff. There's the horseradish. There's what it looks like this time of year. Now, horseradish can be picked in any month with the letter R in it. When it gets in the midsummer and it breaks out into a big leaf, it is not any good to eat. It's too corky. What you want to do with horseradish is early in the spring and late in the fall, you can dig it. Now, we're going to knock off for a minute and go down the road, and I'm going to show you another patch of wild stuff and tell you where to look for this stuff. Okay, so we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, folks, I'm back. What I'm standing in here is the old abandoned Shenango Canal. Now, where you're going to find horseradish now is anything like this, an old canal bed, an old scrubbed over farmyard. If you know any people that work for the DPWs, ask them, because this stuff will grow in the ditches, and those guys are digging the ditches out. They can point it to you in the direction where the stuff is. Now, I'm going to dig up another piece and show you here, and then I'll proceed to tell you what you got to do to this stuff so you can eat it. Okay, here's some here that I dug up just a few minutes ago. And this is wild. This is something I didn't plant. Oh, look at how nice, and look at these roots here, how nice these are. Look at these roots, how nice these are. What you're going to do with this now is take it home and hose it all off, clean all the mud off it. Then you're going to take a potato peeler and peel this just like you would a carrot. Peel it. So now you've got a nice white looking carrot. Now you're going to chop it up and put it in a blender with white vinegar and grind the daylights out of it. Pulverize it right down into right down into almost so it looks like paint. Now your horseradish is ready to eat. The best thing to do is let it get cold, pour the vinegar right to it, and the vinegar will preserve it, because natural horseradish will go flat in a matter of a few weeks. So you can freeze some of it if you want to, or if you just keep it nice and cold, it should last for, you know, a couple of weeks. But it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And like I said, all scrubbed over barnyards and stuff like that, you'll find this stuff. It, at one time, was in every field in upstate New York, but like I said, the DDTs and pesticides that the farmers used killed most of it off, because it is a broadleaf weed, and when it gets into the hay and alfalfa and the cows eat it, it's not a good thing. The farmers hated it, but some of it has escaped. And this here, I stumbled onto this old canal bed here a few years ago. This is wild. This is what's growing here. I didn't I didn't plant this, but what you can do is cut the tops off this little green top, cut these tops off and replant them somewhere, and they'll grow. And once this stuff gets going, you can't kill it. It'll just keep going. Don't put it in your garden. If you have a vegetable garden, don't do that, because you're going to have a mess on your hands. But peel it, put it in vinegar, grind it right up real good, and then you can have it on your hot dogs or whatever else. If you like a Bloody Mary, it's great in Bloody Marys. And this that I've dug up here, I'm going to be sending a hunk of it up to my buddy up in Oregon. His name is Dave, and I promised I'd send him some. So I'm going to say, hello, Dave. Here's your horseradish. I'll get it out to you in the mail tomorrow. And like I said, the best way to find this stuff is talk to the seniors. If you know some seniors that were hunters and fishermen and stuff, they can point you in the direction. Otherwise, check out the old abandoned farms, the barnyards, and if you know someone that works in the DPWs, like I just said, talk to them and you'll find it. That's how I found all of the stuff I did, and I replanted it, and every year I mess around with it, and it's a lot of fun to do. And well, I hope you enjoy it. I'm Rick Jaffoon. I'm one half of Gold Jiff Productions, and thanks an awful lot. We'll be talking to you later.